Hey, what is up YouTube? Andrew Rooney here. I'm a full-time drummer and drum teacher here in Auckland, New Zealand, and we've got another Patreon pick. This time for Joe Doughton. And Joe, thank you so much for joining the Patreon and giving me an interesting selection. Billy RYMER, Rhythm Creation Formula Video. I must admit, I've never heard of Billy RYMER. I have opened up the video and I've noticed it's a Drumeo thing, which I'm very pleased about. All their stuff is always fantastic, very informative. Drumeo is just a great site. This is not a paid advertisement for Drumeo, but as I like to mention on all the Drumeo videos that go on this channel, please check out the interview podcast episode I did with Jared Falk. I'll put a link to it here. Hopefully that works because actually it's normally over here. But yeah, anyway, I'll link to my interview with Jared Falk. He's a funny guy and he teases me a lot in that interview. Now, Joe Doughton has left me some information on this. The video itself is an hour long, but he opens with one song, Prancer, at the beginning of the video and ends with When I Lost My Bet, which runs from 50 minutes 30 to the end of the video. And When I Lost My Bet is the reaction I'd like to see. So Joe, that is exactly what I'm going to do. I might do something else as well. I'm going to back it up. I noticed that he's talking a little bit before it looks like he starts playing the song. And I'm always curious to hear these people. I mean, if he's made it to Drumeo, he's decent on the drums. And I would like to hear his process and a little bit of how he communicates. And sometimes that's where you get the most learning, really, is from hearing a concept or an idea that you perhaps would not have thought of before, and that can open up all kinds of possibilities. So we're going to start a little bit earlier, have a listen to Billy RYMER speaking with Dave over at Drumeo, and then we're going to check out the song. Joe Doughton, thanks again, and let's check it out.
So what instruments have you learned besides drums?
I've been playing guitar for years, and I took a couple of guitar lessons, then I just downloaded chord books and learned some scales, and I do a lot of like fast picking riffs, like palm mutes. I play a lot of like heavy stuff, and I'm super into like pretty much most of the roster on Death Wish Records, and that's like the type of vibe. Like when I write guitar, like, I love like.
This is dismissed far too often, but actually drummers are pretty bad for this. I'm gonna single out the drummers here, ignoring other instruments and focusing on drums. Playing another instrument could be an absolute game changer for your drumming, especially piano. If there's something about piano, the way the music's all just laid out in front of you, that's very logical and seems to really help.
That's like the type of things that inspire me on the guitar front. And it's certainly helped, and everyone needs to learn other instruments, and every other instrumentalist should. Everyone
needs to learn other instruments. Let's just cut that out and stick it on a wall somewhere because, as I say, gets ignored far too often. At music school, when I went there, we had to learn mallet percussion, tuned percussion, as well as the drums, and a little bit of piano, and very, very helpful to see music from someone else's perspective, which makes you more sensitive and valuable as a musician yourself.
All right.
Let's do it.
Thank you again. See you guys all later.
Yeah, no worries.
Cheers.
I'm a little bit stunned here. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. I'm going to back it up a little bit. Little ad break there. Let's get back into it. Whoa! Woo! Let's back that up. Tom beat of the year. Tom beat of the year right there. I'm not even going to try and analyze what's going on a first time watch and a first time listen to this guy. It just makes me think how lucky we are in 2020 in the modern age to have ready access to all this kind of stuff. And you can get somewhat desensitized to how good these drummers are, because we're flooded with them. You know, I'm sure if you're like me, your Instagram is just covered in all the world's best drummers, and you can just, you know, click on your computer and you're watching drumming at this level. And it can become almost normal. And it's not normal. That level of execution, clarity, consistency, his snare hits were perfect. Every tip of the stick hit on the snare was right in the middle, changing subdivisions and timing, and what can you say? It's just absolutely stunning. Joe Dorton, thanks again for your awesome Patreon pick. That is an absolute gem. Billy RYMER, I think I need to check him out a little bit more, and I need to check out a bit more of the Dillinger Escape Plan. I'm assuming they've got vocals and it's not just instrumental because, you know, it's a playthrough or whatever, but very curious to check out a bit more of this band. Remember, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and hit me in the comments with anything that you want me to check out. All right, peace.